Hello students. In the last session we have discussed about structure in C++ and we have seen how to use the structure in C++, how to pass a structure inside C++. Uh, the most important thing what I have said in what is the difference of C and C++ structure is that while you are going to create the variable of structure in C++, you do not need to write struct keyword. In the last session, I have said that in the next session, we will study about enumeration. So today we'll discuss about enumeration. So what is enumeration? As its name implies, enumeration, enumerate. E means you can remember it like English to a number. So when you are going to give a numeric number to any English name, you can use enumeration. So enumeration is also a user-defined data type. So enumeration is a user-defined data type that consists of integral constants. To define enumeration, you use the keyword enum. Enum is used to define enumeration. So let's suppose I am going to create an enum season, spring, summer, autumn, winter, and you are looking like a structure. Enumeration is also terminated with a semicolon. Now, what will happen? So, enumeration by default assign a numeric value for all of its member, and numeric value always starts from 0. So, spring will be assigned as a 0, summer will be assigned as a 1, autumn will be assigned as a 2, and winter will be assigned as a 3, and so on, so on, so on, so on. Yeah, by default, it always assigned it from 0. You can change it also. So, if you want to assign it from 10, you can write spring equals to 10, comma, summer, autumn, and winter. It will always, it will start from 10, 11, 12, and 13, so on. If you want to give a different value to all elements, you can write spring equals to 10, summer equals to 23, autumn equals to 53, winter equals to 94. So whatever you want, you can do as per your requirement. So you are looking enum season, spring equals to 0, summer equals to 4, autumn equals to 8, and winter equals to 12. So in this case, it will not start it from 0. So spring will be assigned as a 0, summer will be assigned as a numeric value 4, autumn will be assigned as a numeric value 8, and winter will be assigned as a numeric value 12. Enumerated type declaration. When you create an enumerated type, only blueprint for variable is created like a structure. Here, how you can create variable of enum, boolean, false, true. Now you want to, that is the enum you have defined. You want to create a variable of this enum boolean, you have created a variable check. So false will be true and true will be 1. How? Because I said that enum assign by default from 0 and 1. So first I have written false, so the by default value will be 0, and second I have defined it true, so the second value will be 1. You can write in the following format also enum boolean like structure. You can write curly braces, then false, comma, true, then the structure close, and then you can define variable of enum, and then you can put semicolon. What you have generally does inside structure, you can same way write in enumeration also. So let's take an example that you can write in your computer also, compile it and run it, it will run. So you are looking here, I have defined a enum week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So by default value for Sunday will be 0, Monday will be 1, Tuesday will be 2, Wednesday will be 3, Thursday will be 4, Friday will be 5, and Saturday will be 6. So I have created a variable week today. So there is a variable I have created today, and then I am writing today equals to Wednesday. So what the value you are assigning to today? 0 for Sunday, 1 for Monday, 2 for Tuesday, 3 for Wednesday. And now you are printing today plus 1. So what will be printed? It will print day 4. Another example, here the default value will not take whatever the value you have given. So you have created enum seasons. Spring you have assigned 34, summer you have assigned 4, autumn you have assigned 9, and winter you have assigned 32. I have created a variable season s. Now you are writing s equals to summer. So what will be the value it will assign? It will assign 4. So you will see the output will be summer equals to 4. Now, so that's about enumeration. Now we have to move for the second unit, and before starting this second unit, we have to something discuss about procedural programming language limitation. Question arise, why object oriented game? Definitely there should be some limitation with the procedural concept. Now let me ask you that, is procedural is a programming language or object oriented is only a programming language? No. Look, upcoming today's session and next session is very important. If you will not understand the concept, you will not understand the programming also. So in programming, concept is very much important. So first try to understand the concept of procedural concept. Procedural. So what is procedural? Procedural is a concept. It's not a programming language. So procedural has given certain concept, and the concept which is followed by various languages like C, database like you have heard about SQL, designing you have heard about flowchart, DFD, these all follow the concept of procedural. If you are following the procedural concept in a programming, you can say it's a procedural language. If you are following this concept in a database, you will say it's a procedural query language. If you are following this concept in designing, you can say procedural design like data DFD, like flowchart, these all are procedural design. Now, what was the limitation? Look, there is nothing like limitation. Characteristics. You can say everything is characteristics. At the time of requirement, our requirement is changing day by day. So that characteristics which is defined 20 years before or 30 years before, now it is not suited to us right now. We can say it's a limitation. Now, actually procedural concept focuses on three things. First, focus on what to do. Procedural concept focus on what to do means क्या करना है. Now the most important thing is that if you are thinking nowadays that क्या करना है, what to do, you cannot achieve your task. Now it is very important that you have to think how to do, कैसे करना है. So this how to do concept is handled by object oriented. Anything you are doing in your life, what to do does not matter a lot nowadays. If you have to travel for 20 kilometers and you are moving at 10 a.m. in the morning and reaching at 5 p.m., procedural say it is okay, but tell me, is it okay? No. For moving 20 kilometers, hardly if you are using a car, hardly 20-25 minutes or half an hour is more than enough. Why you are wasting 8 hours? Let's suppose I am teaching you C++. My job is what to do, no how to do. Because if I'll think what to do, I'll finish it. And let's suppose if you are not understanding anything, what is the benefit of teaching this C++? So the most important concern is how to do, not what to do. Look, now you will think before 30 years, why this concept came, then what to do is, look, before 30 years, time was not a big constraint. But nowadays, time is a valuable asset. Time is the most important concern. So what to do will not going to help us now. Now, procedural concept following top-down approach. What top-down approach says? Top-down approach says you take a bigger problem at one time and then you are going to solve it one by one. Now, tell me, nowadays what project comes? Even we don't know what is the actual problem. We started from a small things, and then a new feature is set by the client to add. Then again a new feature is set by the client to add. So now bottom up approach is used. And the third most important concern, a student has asked me that why Java does not use pointers. Security was a major concern. Procedural language doesn't worry about too much security. Data was openly moving from one function to another function. These all were the constraint. Actually, not constraint, was characteristics, but nowadays security is a big concern. So we have to think about these all things. Nowadays, time is a major thing for us, security is a major thing for us, and the third thing is that we generally solve any problem by using a bottom-up approach. Now, procedural concept was not focusing all these things. Procedural concept came before 30-35 years, and this on that time these all were absolutely right. So these all concepts were used on that time. But nowadays, for overcoming these problems, object-oriented get introduced. So we have to think about object-oriented now. So what is object-oriented? As its name says, object-oriented. Let's suppose I am teaching you. I am teaching C++. To whom? You. So you are important for me. If you are not understanding the concept, teaching is totally useless. So object oriented. Now we do not need to think about procedure oriented. We do not need to think what is a procedure I need to follow. I have created different sessions that I am teaching every day. That is you can say procedural means you have created a some set of rules and you are following that rule again and again. Now you just tell me, teaching a third semester BTech student, teaching a third semester BCA student, and teaching a 10+2 student, can we follow the same set of rules? No, obviously not. Now I need to think that I am teaching C++ to whom? I am teaching C++ to a 10+2 student, then my procedure will be different. If I am teaching the BCA student, my procedure will be different. If I am teaching BTech student, my procedure will be different. If I am teaching PhD student C++, my procedure will be different. So I'm thinking about whom I am teaching. So whom is object. So we have to focus on object. So in very next class, we'll discuss about all the object-oriented paradigms. What is object-oriented? What are the characteristics of object-oriented? So next class will be very important. Uh, and again, I'm telling object-oriented is not a programming language. It's a concept. And you can use this concept anywhere. The programming language which is following object-oriented concept is object-oriented programming language. If the database is following object-oriented concept, it will be ORDBMS, Object Relational Database. If the designing is following object-oriented concept, this will be object-oriented designing. If the testing is following object-oriented concept, that will be object-oriented testing. So this object-oriented is a concept which can be followed anywhere, but the concept is remain same. Yeah, language gives us the syntax, but concept is remain same. Different language has different syntaxes, but everywhere the concept of class, concept of polymorphism, concept of inheritance, abstraction, encapsulation, this all will remain same everywhere. Even though if you are going to do the design, I don't know how many of you have heard about UML, Unified Modeling Language. There we design the things by using OOAD, Object Oriented Analysis and Design, and there we create object diagram, class diagram, polymorphism by using diagram, inheritance by using diagram. So this object oriented is a concept. Don't think that is a programming language only. Object oriented is not a programming language. The concept which is followed by various programming language, and the programming language which is following all the concepts of object oriented, that is a pure object oriented programming language. Some programming languages follow 70, 60, 70%, that is object oriented, and so on, so on, so on. So thank you very much for the today's session. In the very next session, we'll start about object oriented. What is object oriented? What are its characteristics? What are the concepts behind object oriented and everything? Thank you very much.